All right, now we are adding and subtracting mixed numbers. So the way he showed you might be a little different than what I showed you, but either way, we'll get it done. Okay, so we have 30 and 2/7 plus 8 and 3/4. 30. Oh, that's not 30. 30 and 2/7 plus 8 and 3/4. Now the addition here is really straightforward. What we're going to do is the exact same thing with adding fractions. We're going to find a common denominator for our fractions. 7 times 4 is 28. And then we will cross multiply. That's a 28. So 4 times 2 would be 8. And 7 times 3 is 21. Now we would add the numerators together. And I haven't written my whole numbers yet. I'll do that. 30 and then 8. So 30 and 2/7 is equivalent to 30 and 8/28. 8 and 3/4 is equivalent to 8 and 21/28. Okay, we can add the whole numbers together. 30 plus 8 is 38. And then we will add the fractions. The denominator, we do not add that together. We only add the numerators together. 8 plus 21 is 29. Now you see we have here, if we just look at the fraction portion, we have an improper fraction. And what you can do here is think how many times does 28 fit into 29, or you can do 29 divided by 8 in your calculator. If you do that, you'll get 1 point something. So it fits in one time. So I'm going to take that 128 away from my numerator, and I'm going to add it to my whole number. So I just took 28 out of 28, and that gives me one whole. So 38 plus 1 is 39. And then for my fraction, I've got 29 minus 128 is 1. Minus 28 is 1. So I'm left with 39 and 1/28. 39, 1 out of 28. All right, now we have subtraction. 25 and a fifth minus 17 and 5/6. No. What was that? 25 and a fifth? 25 and 1 over 5? Oh, okay. Minus 17 and 5/6. If you're thinking the first thing we need to do is find a common denominator, you'd be right. So we find the common denominator by multiplying the denominators together. 5 times 6 is 30. And then we cross multiply to get our numerators. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 1 is 6. Bring down my whole numbers. Okay. Now, like he was saying in the video, I can't do 6 minus 25 because 25 is bigger than 6. If I did 6 minus 25, I'd get a negative number. We don't want that. So we'll borrow from our whole number. Remember, each one of these is a 1 whole here would equal 30 out of 30. So 25 would be 25 30 out of 30s over and over again. So when I take 1 away from here, I get 30 that I can add to my numerator. So then I have 36 over 30. And we want this improper fraction. so that we can subtract this fraction from it. Okay. Okay, so I subtract my whole numbers. 24 minus 17 would be 7. And then I subtract my numerators. I don't subtract my denominators. 36 minus 25 would be 11. So I get 7 and 11 30ths. Geez, 11's a prime. I can't divide 30 by 11, so this is reduced. 7, 11 30ths. Okay, 10 and a half minus 5 2/3. 10 and a half minus 5. Excuse me. 2/3. Yep, okay. Find the common denominator. 2 times 3 is 6. Cross multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 1 is 3. 1/2 is equal to 3/6. 2/3 is equal to 4/6. I'll draw a quick picture to prove that 1/2 is equal to 3/6. There's a half. Color in a half, one out of the 2 pieces that make up the whole. Let's say this is a brownie tray. And I actually don't just cut brownies into 1/2. I'm probably going to cut them at least into 6ths. But if I still eat 3 of them, I'm still eating half of the brownie tray. So that's why 1/2 is equal to 3/6. All right, we've got our common denominators. Bring down my whole numbers and my subtraction sign. Okay, so now I'm doing 10 and 3/6 minus 5 and 4/6. Now again, I'm trying to take away this 4 from the 3, which I can't do because I'll get a negative number. So I'm going to borrow from this whole number here. Remember, one of those would be a whole 6 because that's what we're taking. It's our denominator. So if I take a 6 out of 6, which is one whole, out of my 10, I'm left with 9, and I'm giving it that 6 out of 6 to my 3. So 6 plus 3 is 9. So now I have 9 and 9/6 minus 5 and 4/6. I will subtract my whole numbers. 9 minus 5 is 4. I will subtract my numerators. 9 minus 4 is 5. I do not subtract my denominators. My denominator stays the same. I get 4 and 5/6. I cannot reduce 5/6. Okay, 8 and 1/5 plus 3 and 5/8. 8 and 1/5 plus 3 and 5/8. I find a common denominator. I'll multiply the denominators together. 5 times 8 is 40. And then I cross multiply. 5 times 5 is 25. 8 times 1 is 8. Bring down my whole numbers and my addition sign. And I will add my whole numbers. 8 plus 3 is 11. I don't add my denominators. 8 plus 25, adding my numerators, give me 33. We don't have both even numbers. We don't have two numbers that can be divided by 3. We don't have numbers that end in 0 or 5. So I run through some of the divisibility tests I know, and I know that 33 over 40 cannot be reduced. So this is my answer, 11 and 33/40. All right. I'll do one more. I've got time for one more. Maybe I have a little more time. 8 and 4/9. Plus 5 and 3/8. I find the common denominator, multiplying the denominators together. 9 times 8 is 72. I cross multiply. 9 times 3 is 27. 8 times 4 is 32. Bring down my addition sign and my whole numbers. Oh, come on. Eek. Okay. I'll add my whole numbers. 8 plus 5 is 13. My denominator stays the same. I have the numerators. I'm going to do the ones place first and then the tens place. 2 plus 7 is 9. 3 plus 2 is 5. So 32 plus 27 is 59. Now I'm left with 59 out of 72. They aren't both even. They aren't both divisible by 2 or 5 or 0 or 3 or anything. So it's reduced. 13 and 59 out of 72. 13, 59 out of 72. 27 and 3/10. Minus 12 and 5/9. Whoa. My fingers don't like writing this way and they're tired now. Okay. Find a common denominator. Multiply them together. 9 times 10 is 90. Cross multiply. 10 times 5 is 50. 9 times 3 is 27. 3/10 is equal to 27/90. 5/9 is equal to 50 out of 90. Bring down the rest of my problem, the whole numbers, the subtraction sign to show us what operation we're doing. Okay, now I'm stuck with trying to subtract a larger number from a smaller number, which I can't do. I've got to borrow from the whole number. So if I take 90 out of 90, one whole, out of the 27, I get 26. And I'm going to add that 90 that I just took to the 27, because I'm borrowing. 90 plus 27 would be 117 out of 90 minus, I'm still doing 12 and 50/90. So I'll do 26 minus 12 now, which gives me 14. And then I'll do 117 minus 50, 67 out of, my denominator stays the same, it's 90. I go through my divisibility facts. I can't reduce these, the 67 and the 90, because they don't have any common factors that they're divisible by. So I get 14 and 67 out of 90. (24 3/5) plus 19 2/3. I am actually out of time now, So good luck with this, and email me if you want to meet and work on stuff like this together. We can set up a time during office hours.